My name is Sergio Pena, and this is why electric cars are bad. So I'm sure everyone has been going somewhere or without a doubt. Take two, take two, take two. My name is Sergio Pena, and this is why electric cars are bad. So I'm sure everybody has been going somewhere and without a doubt has seen a couple of Teslas, just running around. Just in the past couple of weeks, with a show of hands, who has seen a Tesla driving or being dropped off to class? Wait for them to raise their hand, blah, blah. So California is at the forefront of trying to push for electrification of cars, but it is not all sunshine and rainbows. We're trying to go fully renewable, quote unquote. So what personally connects me to the topic is I used to initially like electric cars. I used to be really into tech, and you can even see in this photo from 2018, almost that was like 7 years ago. That was me sitting inside of a new Model X, and there was a point where I was trying to convince my family to buy one. So this topic to me, why is it personal to me, and why do I care about it? So to me, I love cars, and yeah, that might include electric cars, but for me, it's internal combustion engines. So in this picture on the left, we can see me at a car meet in La Alhambra where I met the owners of a wrap shop, this guy I watch on YouTube, and one of the co-owners of a body kit company who flew all the way from Japan. So here's me on the right at a shop in Little Tokyo is like car themed that had a really nice Integra. And finally, in the middle, I really decorated my whole grad cap all car theme. So you see two little cars in drift, and then you could even see the quote in the background is from the movie Tokyo Drift. Movie, my bad. Additionally, to me, cars are more than just pieces of metal. Hearing the engines is just a different experience. I know this car has been really TikTokified, if you say. Um, but the SVJ, I feel like everybody who likes cars always wants a Lambo. For me, it was the SV. But this SVJ, which I'll play a clip of right now, is the pinnacle of cars. So here are some clips. So even if you don't believe me now, here's a clip from my personal experience going to a car meet and hearing this in person. Sorry if the quality is really bad. So yeah, safe to say, I really like exhaust. So I know to many this sounds annoying, but to me it's similar to music. Everybody has their own preference and taste. So when I see lawmakers drawing out these bills and pushing for electrification, it's just something in me that doesn't like that. It's it's them pushing for this electrification, and it makes me sad to think that one day I will hear my last engine turn on. So here are a couple of my main points. So first, I will be talking about the day-to-day problems of an electric car. Problems that people run into all the time from owners. Second, I'll examine the positives because there is a lot of positives to electric cars, whether that be in the quality and all that. So third, I will discuss the byproducts of creating the electric cars. And four, my conclusion. So almost everybody in this room has gone on a road trip before. Driving a long distance, you are bound to need a refuel, usually gas. But imagine you are in an electric car and must wait hours for your car to charge over the course of the trip. So there and back, you have to make multiple stops to charge your car. So I'm sure everybody in this room has done this at least once, forgetting to charge it that night. So imagine waking up during finals week just to realize you didn't charge your car. What now? Well, you gotta wait for it to charge. But if you had an internal combustion engine, that wouldn't even be a problem. It's just a simple drive to the gas station, you're all set. You might be like a minute late, but you won't be like 30 minutes into the exam late. I was supposed to talk about that with this slide. My bad. So here's a comparison. Level 1 equipment is your common household outlet, usually the 120 volt. Is what you usually plug stuff into. Your fridge, your stove, your microwave probably runs off of that. But there's also a level 2 charger, which you'll mainly see in parking lots and commercial places. These are 240 volt. And there's also direct current fast charging, which is the fastest of the two, and usually solely electric cars can use them, so usually hybrids can't. So here's a comparison of the three. So let's zoom in on that real quick. We could see that the estimated time to charge a hybrid vehicle is 5 to 6 hours on level 1, which is what you'll probably have at your house. Level 2 is what you'll probably find at the grocery store, 1 to 2 hours. And DC charging doesn't actually isn't compatible with hybrid vehicles. So there's a downside to that. So if we keep on looking down, the fully electric vehicles takes 40 to 50 hours on level 1, 4 to 10 hours on level 2, and can even take as low as 20 minutes on DC charging. So let's also talk about these repair costs. So according to Recurrent Auto Inc., the repair cost to replace the high voltage system battery in your Tesla is 15 to 22K if you're out of the span of warranty. Additionally, if you don't have your car plugged in all the time, like let's say you drop it off in the airport, you go to a trip, your battery actually loses a percent of charge per day you're not charging. So it sounds like I'm bashing these cars and I'm a hater. It might be true, but I can also agree there's some positives that come with electric cars. The performance is one I can't deny is top tier, and some have really impressive mileage. So let's compare the 0 to 60s on these two cars. One is a CA Corvette Stingray, and one is the Model 3 Performance. Two good cars. One of them is supposed to be a sedan, the other one a coupe. So 0 to 60 times are exactly the same. Slight difference in horsepower, just 20 horsepower, not that much. But we also have to remember that the Teslas have instant torque because they have electric motors. So if you have a sports car like this Corvette and you're racing against this Tesla, you guys are gonna have basically the same thing, but you're in a sports car and someone's in a Tesla. Like there's a big comparison there. So additionally to tech, there are a lot of creature comforts that come with electric cars. Specifically Teslas have their self-driving, Sentry mode, and built-in cameras. This is all coming from their website. So also according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the Tesla safety rating is actually a 5 out of 5 star, which is honestly incredible because of their low center of gravity. So let's talk about these byproducts. So all these positives may sound make electric cars sound like the best thing since sliced bread, but the truth is that's not what it is. The core of these batteries are lithium-ion batteries. Similar to this, it would be like a regular AA battery. So the production of batteries that power electric vehicles result in more carbon dioxide emissions than the production of gasoline-powered cars and their disposal at the end of their cycle. This is according to the Institute of Energy Research. So usually the forefront of this is that electric cars are more green for the environment. That's not actually true. Let's look at this graph. This is a cumulative energy demand that it takes to build a car battery for a regular car and an electric car. You can see the vast difference between the two. Additionally, these are lithium mines. Just look at the sheer amount of land you need to carve out in order to even be like near lithium. So there could be a couple of thousand, maybe a million batteries coming out of this, but just the environmental impacts of that is crazy. So a study from Australia found that 98.3% of lithium-ion batteries end up in landfills. Additionally, a landfill in the Pacific Northwest also reported they had 124 fires from the year of 2017 to 2020. So in 3 years, there were 124 fires directly caused by lithium-ion batteries. So to conclude, there are pros and cons to any car you want to buy, but I think there is just like that bit more to favor in with electric cars and regular cars. So what have we learned? The day to day, how sometimes they're really annoying to use, but also there's some positives to using electric cars, like the creature comforts. So the big takeaway for me, my third point would be the byproducts. You're carving out so much of the environment just to produce these batteries, and the cars don't even make that much less pollution. So next time you're considering buying an electric car, think about the pros and cons that I talked about today, and which are more important to you. Thank you very much. You got any questions? Blah 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 blah. Okay, you good?